And Mel, this is my final question. And you guys, I'm going to turn this into a 2-part interview because technology cut us off just like it did on my birthday episode. Gotta love technology. We love the technology. We hate technology. Yeah. When you're dealing with Mother Nature, you never know. But, Mel, what are you doing to help the disabled in your community?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm prepared. Let me explain what that means. For about a year, 7 months or so, 7 or 8 months, I had the blessing and pleasure and fortune of coaching one Greg Davidson. And if you go down my Facebook page, you'll see some video of him of him training and whatnot. And he is in a wheelchair. He is, oh God, how old is he? 50 now. And then when he was 22 or 23, he got in a bad car accident, which landed him in the wheelchair. He lost the ability to use his legs. And here's a guy who came to me and said, hey, you know, I don't know if I could work out. I'm in this wheelchair. And I said, well, what makes you think you can't move? And he said, well, I don't know. I'm just in this wheelchair. I said, well, does your upper body not move? And he said, no, it moves. I said, so okay then, let's plan a workout around that. And we spent 7 months training and working on mindset and working on self-love and working on self-image and just the approach on life and the physicality of it all. And it really challenged me because I needed to come up with innovative ways to biomechanically make him perform. And I took everything from combat ropes to renegade bars to barbells and dumbbells and bands, and we were able to do it. And he became very self-sufficient, and he became very confident and aggressive and looked forward to every workout. And I thought, wow, what a great gift he just gave me. The universe just gave me this opportunity to work with an amazing individual who was not willing to work, or at least not, let me retract that, who was thinking he could not work out, but he had enough of an inkling in his mind. Well, let me just ask this coach and see what he could do. He kind of challenged me, and lo and behold, we ended up creating this incredible relationship even to this day. So I thank him for making me such a more valuable coach because of his situation, and also with coaching you, Lynn, and discussing things with you. His mindset and his victories have helped me kind of work with you as well. So I am very much prepared in this community to work with people who are disabled, whether it's a physical disability or a mental one. I mean, I have, as a matter of fact, oh God, about 3 months ago, a gentleman called me out of the blue and he said, hey, can you meet me at my dad's care home? His physical therapy is now over. Yeah, his physical therapy is now over.
They do that all the time.
Yeah, and I heard about you and blah 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 blah, and I know that you do this kind of thing. And I met with the guy and met with his dad, and it was one of those situations where the gentleman, his dad had physical ability, but he was at an age and a portion of his journey where he just really wasn't inspired to do it. And I had to break it to his son, after doing a few different exercises, and said, look, this would be an exercise in futility, so to speak, because he's not doing it for himself. And we have to ask ourselves, who are we doing this for? Are we doing this because we think he should do it, or is it going to improve his quality of life? He is where he is now, and he's fine with it, and he's happy with it. He's not excited to do it, and I certainly don't want to be a negative addition to his life because he could start viewing it that way, Yeah. So I gracefully exited. I gracefully exited, and he understood. So that kind of gave him a perspective because, as a son myself of being with an elderly mom who's 83, you want the best for your parents, and yesterday, my mom's lower back was hurting. She was really sore, and I guess, oh, God bless her, she said, Mel, I couldn't call you while I was stuck she has this little couch in her bedroom upstairs, and she said, I couldn't get up. I couldn't straighten my body out, so I got on my knees, and I And I walked on my hands and knees to my bed. I made myself up to my bed, and I got in bed. And I thought, oh my God. And I wasn't here. I was not here. I was at work. And she just thought she couldn't call me. And even if she could, I wouldn't, she was thinking I couldn't get here in time. I'm 10 minutes away. I could have done that, right? So aside from that breaking my heart, I was like, oh, geez, please, this is not, you know. And so I end up, you know, she was still kind of sore and hurting, and I ended up putting some BioFreeze on her back. It's a botanical product that's an ice cold kind of gel, and I thought, well, let's put this on you. Hopefully it'll help. I checked up on her, called her a couple hours later, and she goes, oh my God, whatever you did helped so much. Thank you so much. She's just thanking me up and down, and it made me feel so good. At the time, I was like, Mom, you know, deep inside, I'm thinking to myself, oh man, we dodged a good one right there, you know, because there was a simple solution like that. You know, there was a simple solution like that. But but every day, there's always something, you know, and we're all watching. She's in dynamic shape. She's strong. She's still going up and down the stairs on her own. She's outside tinkering with the hose, and you know, and she's still cooking and chopping up things. And I don't stop her. None of us do. None of us, unless it's something incredibly heavy like carrying up a basket of laundry up the stairs, I don't stop her. Yeah. Because it's her only exercise. I want her to still feel, God, forgive me for saying this, I want her to feel purposeful in a way, you know? I want her to still feel like she can function, and I don't want to take that away from her, you know, and I want her to, and it's basically her exercise, you know, until she can no longer do that, until she no longer can. I mean, I saw my father whittle away, a large man, he was taller than me. He went from this really strong soldier to just this literally a bag of bones through liver cancer. And I saw him go from a very conscious human being who had thoughts and feelings to just a biological being that's just breathing and functioning. I saw every transition of it, from the massive weight loss to, you know, the reflection of his life to the second childhood, you know, acting like a child and just, you know, wanting help from everybody, to the moment where he absolutely broke down and cried and when they were doing the last rites with him. And here was a man who was so strong, went through 2 wars, and was so stoic with, you know, and hid everything within himself with PTSD, and was so emotionless for as long as I can remember, in tears, because he knew he was going to die. He finally let go, you know. So having witnessed that, I'm sure somewhere in my subconscious, I probably, I don't know, remembered it or prepared it or whatnot, and I kind of think of the day where, and I know it's coming, when my mom leaves us, she is going to be joining my dad, and that is my only solace of the whole situation, and knowing that she can look back and tell my dad, you know, hey, the family is great, and Mel took care of me just as you asked, you know, when you were dying, and I'm here with you now. So that's kind of like the path that I see happening, and you know, there's going to come a time when my mom's going to need me from a physiological standpoint like that, and I feel very lucky that I have the ability to do that, and I'm sure she feels awesome knowing that her son can do that. But in the meantime, you know, heaven forbid the breast cancer comes back, I don't have to take her to any more chemotherapy treatments. That happened back in 2007. And that bonded us the second time. The first time was when my dad first died. We spent 3 months on the road going back and forth to Southern and Northern California visiting all our families. We really got to bond and get to know each other there. But now, fast forward to 2007, we get through cancer. I take her to every appointment and treatment, and we have lunch after. And, you know, we have a great adult friendship and relationship as 2 adults. And so just, sorry, don't mean to ramble about that, but that's where I'm at.
That's where you're at. And that's how you're helping the disabled community.
Absolutely.
Because we forget that old age is a disability. And that's why when we talked last time, now on how to publish a book, part 1 and part 2, before I made any content, I said respect all the situations, respect the parents that moved back in, respect the kids that still haven't moved out, disabled or not,
Right.
disabled at that. So I think what you're doing is wonderful for the disabled community. You don't have to, and I'll say this and then leave it at that. You guys don't have to shout it from the rooftops, I'm here to help the disabled. You guys just have to stand in the corner of the room and literally open up a door for the disabled person, or give them an inch when they are trying to walk through a crowd. I wish people did that for me today, actually. I was in a situation where people would not move, and it made me really pissed. And yeah, because I'm realizing that people, they care about themselves, not other people. And so, yeah. So you guys don't have to stand up from the rooftops and shout from the show them here to help the disabled. You guys can literally hold the door open for the disabled, or go into the gym and train the disabled, or go into the gym and just be their buddies to help them, or better yet, find a place with an exoskeleton, thank you very much, and sign up to be a volunteer. I know there's several exoskeleton cities, companies in California, because that's where the exoskeleton is based. And so if you guys go to exo.com, ESCXO, exo.com, or just type in the Bleeding Bionics Foundation, that's how you pull it up, and just go volunteer to help with the exo, because you guys have seen the exo technology. God knows I am showing it to you. God knows it's all over Facebook. So just go help the people in need. And if they can't afford it, just say, I'll work it out with you. I'm sure Mel has been known to do that in the past, give people a break, or, yeah. So if you don't have to be the greatest coach in the world, you don't say, every time I see a client, I charge. Look at what Mel's doing on Tuesday, just swinging back to his birthday webinar, which I'll be watching if I have time. Mel's doing a great service by giving a complimentary session to those who watch it. Of course, he's going to send them a survey, of course, to see if they're a good fit. But he's giving you guys a huge birthday gift that I think is unbelievable.
Well, thank you for that, Wynn. I'm really excited about it. I thought about it and consulted with a couple of other coaches that I'm working with, and we thought, hey, wouldn't it be great, Mel, if you did a live webinar celebrating your birthday and kind of talking about the things that that you do present day, or how you got in the best shape of your life? Because I always say that. I'm in the best shape of my life now than I've ever been. I'm in the best shape of my life than I've ever been. I always say it because I feel that way. And I think back of what decisions I made to ensure that happened. And the more I think about it, it's like, wow, that's a lot. And I bet that would be very valuable for someone to hear, And so that's how we came up with, well, what are the top 5 things you do? And then there's more than 5, obviously, but just what are the top things that you do that have gotten you to this point that maybe everybody would would enjoy hearing and could apply to them their own life, you know. So I'm excited about it. I've never done anything like it before, and I'm I love birthdays because it's when you were born, obviously. Number two, only comes once a year for Christ's sake. And number three, you legitimately can say it's all about you that day. Right? So, and I've had some great memories of birthdays when I was a kid because, you know, we celebrated it all the time, and I'm very lucky in that regard. There's some people in this world that don't, but it means a lot to me. So I am looking forward to celebrating that special day with all of you and giving my best secrets, and hopefully it helps you. So that's why I'm doing it.